Director of Communication for my party, you know.
I'm sorry, yes.
No, that's now okay.
Yes, but I'm not very sure until I meet him.
Okay, and our chairman Sabos na woka or Mudina Dichi. Okay.
Let me know. No chairman Sabos. Na yachiwe bisa munsam. The party are some other one. Nyanchesa party na nimogwasi. The party on any pan and nimgwasi. Not just say. A nipa be in the room. Almost some years and also have nipa perform ebem. Omteni munyam never sabedi. Party nam join and anyway.
I see.
Not just say. Then Ghana for be brave. Una mani bisa talk nothing. And then I'm come and then no more you know cost and then come on for
you know paying for Ben him the four Ben one more party more share him say baby a near Maakye Kakwe one bit to me asano.
Now one of us was on no cray sano. There be could he some years on we say good much. And also this also I was about and I got a phone for Toguana. Omo party yomo on this omukata. Omunim. I'm catching Ghana for some more ma MPP and all one I got here. You almost him. Someone can just say it makes no sense. The people have decided not to vote for you. But just say, Omo can somewhere in the control one and say, there be after the exercise party, no, you perceive bonnet phone film, not a year.
But bonnet for no, of a bonnet for any why more because you
almost bust up in a break. Yes, canina. What I say. Obia pesika and pesika samba mudia now we are found at the far with a far and a kulu and a sea. A dozen do, are they? A dozen do. A busy Ghana had out the sea and a busy and they are back also said they see real a busy other. Because a month for both who still one. There's a man yet, not then a man can't cry and then let's just say you will never do anything right. And next time no crap more numbers in the bay was.
I tell you, also see a money dear, dear before be a shady dear party net treating now when treating a year no. Yen woman come boso as a more.
Sanity because party no, say only for your general secretary, no, no, not I say. And don't even find us one, so no, I'm a bonnet number. And he won't come, Jan. You say, no one you bonnet for in a dream. Could be funny in a money film. Now, papa formula. A papa for the I reckon I mean no correct. Won't mean for catastrophe, some no cohesive, a more party, and ye, that 2016. Me, massa. Now, Dr. Amakuto for God bless his heart. Also, Sunday, Miss Mekwa. Finally, you know, Obia, you know, what didn't say. And you don't have to tell someone, so you be and son and near Preoko. They say he believes in it. They say he believes in what? One only a believing. She can't believe in. And someone in it. So I say, Obia would be this ano. Or do no Sikabe. Oh, a month for about 5,000 cajon. Every thing cost. They say one of the cats out him. No, because you did 2 minutes, Kuntai, Ubin Kansam. Now, I don't say who are between Ghana. I'm with Dinachi.
Nana do Betty some who Ghana how.
Oh, so who papa 419. So who.
President Akufo-Addo be Ghana 4419.
419. Me see. And some Akufo former friend say chief of staff. Mr. Pierre Dinesa no kind. We know Mudinachi. Or come on, Nico, be and Caffy. Now, more good. No, I might be not to. Yes, I'm okay. In somewhere, cost into one say. PDS at the end, then after you say a Japa and say,
now, 419 are buying another person Ghana for Sato Abadima woman.
Some winning, me man come in because of my sister, who are my party. Now the 419 but there. May I make a catch a gun for us? I'm on 2 man because I know papa. Nyanya me akwan no show share me pacho wo de obu Ghana for a drew baby bon some person of the party or the okroni inafa bon some o sans of your bekan nsem sans of your bekan nsem tia so ka how many of them belong to me party no bisa no kai mu hwe mu bohu anya people for obo mu din most of them now my bon some phone person be dia ni mu no enyi nyame no kura ne edibu man no kura ne humobro mumwa munuanum sa I'm there some Munqua, Cohisam, and someone in me, near Kako. Now, what to her, a Josapho has been raped. Man, you
no so na maybe na eka yan komonti ya me fro na no fi adase na nkese so baha na obetina studio ha ne toto na no na ye di nkomo na ye hu de eko ye ene de anko ye eko wiase ya no patutu na party mpanyfo tutu ka womo sanso de convoy akwako ru adwo asafo fie eye womo mani mpie mbari interview no because wakasa kakra eye Nanko bia sususa adwasafo nankeye recalcitrant. I mean, they made it clearly to the entire nation say adwasafo na so wabeye pomposa bibi kwa opeso hold their bind to a standstill. And they was say kasa ye as a differences be brinano efrase ba but putu party nim peso be kasa bi. Ne kra de tete ne kra ne se ne papa kra so mpe o de ye won kase biem won kana no ntum se na madwoasafo so na mo be kase party na body a any o ma ne ba ne nkase biem. Is that the way to go in the rebuilding process am mo share anymore?
The say ya hometism so that say and this say ban sa ya de kasa de ne no kre and the CC party kasa de and no kre ya patapa e de obeko conclusion o de no call this man we ya no be o beku no ya de be answer US party wo so open nipa na person yi obi afrim yeah ba yi abo hu ba ya na sa so entinya sa ne no kasa de adwo amesro me shomen ko na bebe fie ne mpedifo ne bebe fie ne akita ne ho te de bi sa ne ka sam ne wo po muntu nya de na metima da ne pandri we po na muntu nya oh e de asem ni kasa de ene nokure ne de kasa mu ya it is how we mediation so we a good mediator so we ka obi asem ha utumi kasa na ni pastor na kana kumba oh masam papa no kama mi unya kasa na che sa sam wo wi o what na sama mande na che to what na se obiti mase yen ka me she what ma se obi hu where's the ones that munu ala ya do con discipline now this one commission the committee na so strange so powerful so strong so by yan say you a free party you know free where abo hu numbers in guy ono free man no go free
over until say adwoasafo shas yes work say I mean what thought did you have about her
oh be nim so ma ha no pa mi so ma sitini you yeah people and say so a woman now run here e be mo akọ no post adwoasafo nye na ekope makoko e ba so onko challenge no yes I understand eh then on post na ko sit other girls or women or mo ya challenge o mo sa and they yin na free just on the near sim say the BCB be yin na free adwoase ya say ne papa juma ya yes and oh adey Kessben anya papa meka minwie ya rehosam anete
aya wodwen ho say ya reho to me chill
oh aya me ya pa said you see yidi ya ho ye juma on the 2016 said the near see gina na do di oh ya be chon kan say enko ye be ye mi danwira three constituencies kontomra ya woni ase north ya woni tepa ya woni mi san nyina mi anam ko ye juma ho ya woni me name my family me work as simple for ye kugu e be 20 if you ha ya ko ya woni wi en boni enya nwinti ne da wa se no so ya tra ho the 3 days ya awi business na ya be no ansa na ya ba fi enya commitment na hia no nya nsam ka keke ko party campaign no enya nsam ka keke people want to see so we are committed ya be the business na ni panam so Kurasi one because the quite a short and the long quite normal way 16 months. But baby I have built the bridge in Afan. 3 one empathy hold. Woman in a school for in a home. Oko a hospital breakwa on and so young Gawansam.
Commitment.
But it's your Mr. Equia bridges in the baby. Our contomra a stronghold of NPP. Enti ye no na mkasem se dabi mam nkobo hu de we say ya bridge no o mam 100 so mo hu nti o meto ama MPP ya kan so mo to MPP na nado o mo na mo sa o mo si ya sampaye o kan tam ya sampaye ya se san adwene so and am I winning because the Bayer who were born who do then NDC folk of Chelsea cow as the Minia so the Mobianca. Now most of one thing. More MP before MP no one thing. Yeah, before almost in some muta or lose a contoma, a lose tepper, a lose a friend at the north. Yes, I go. Monkai say, who here? Now that's a monster monk here, Monkai.
Over na where the na Miss Rebisa, mobile opposition yimpemfo bi aba na so se woman no be kasa baby amwadri mu hia dom na mu hia se ba ko ye betimi aba na afi motimi akekere mo party no woman no wa be kasa nkomodi afrasi a ekoso ana
but obi am frame da
even in opposition ye
yes obi am frame da
any asa party wan kasa omo yi wa frame dada o
Dana tia o nyo sa meta o monti na me kan no kure yan kan tan you no kure stands on its own so obi kan some na no kure on to me kan so I can some against you I can kure against you it makes no sense so that say the nipa kan say no kure dey ana tie e dey na wunti na fa ho nya sa kakra so sa na ya party na ye akodi won some and I say, who ko some kwa sikasam oh. E say be hu afa na boba ye be hu.
I see.
Ya ti o man mu ha. Nya ni wo yo, bo hu de te ye kra pro.
Very well. Over, mama na asia no pay. Why? Bibi ani I be say di nkomo bi. Why?
Yo, okay.
Nyame nka ho.
Thank you.
And Dr. Richard Amwakumba and Meneno heading Komono na government party it is only 58 after 7. But your number is 055 0567 929 055 0567 929. And no any numbers are ye de a Jumana and the Attorney General a press conference on in Central for Eddie and Komo. Enkobono de wom nyina no ye bebobi ama wetimi etie na wonso wetimi ho. First of all, investigation na wo aye so far ni nyina no Attorney General no edi ni nyina no eto abonten Dr. Ayine. Now certain personalities within the former government was also open up the box to indicate say majority of them are diverted state funds scan and kese wo modi a certain project omo amfanye omo diverted to certain private accounts any de keka ho nyina no the age say any prosecution ebekoso ma yenko na yentie ebe emra. First of all, ma yentie the Attorney General on the raid of the Governor of Bank of Ghana, former Dr. Addison, Nifie any de kosi wo ma yentie Attorney General emra.
They are deciding to bastardize me and to bastardize the offices of the national security by even saying that during the raid, which for me wasn't a raid, it was a constitutionally sanctioned search, they stole 10,000 Ghana cedis. Right? Now, what I mean, salt. Okay? And that is what my Deputy Attorney General was referring to when he said that, the constitutional immunity granted to MPs does not mean that they should abuse that immunity and then, defame individuals or officials who are conducting normal business, normal public business. All right? And ladies and gentlemen of the media, let me tell you, we have a record of Addison and what he said about the raid. So if Maakye, the honorable minority leader, is daring me, will make that recording available. So he should desist from maligning law enforcement officers and myself
Kessben.
for the work that we are doing. He should also take cognizance of the fact that I am the leader of the bar and I will act in the best interest of the ethics of the profession. Everyone at the bar knows me for that. So I won't do anything unethical. And I have advised both EOCO and National Security about staying within the bounds of the law in conducting investigations. So he should not abuse his parliamentary immunity by libeling or defaming public officials who are conducting normal, legally sanctioned public business.
And that is the Attorney General, Dr. Ayine, on a year. The former governor of the Bank of Ghana said national security operatives echo the fear, echo search. I mean, those are the concerns or war about the minority leader Ebekaya in a press conference. Ma yentie Dr. Ayine on NSS saga, no, and then the ghost names are Abba with the national service scheme. Na yentie.
Kessben. National service and Sky Train scandals by the middle of April for prosecutions to begin. In the national service scandal, 8 suspects have been interrogated, and a good number of them have started singing. They are cooperating with our no, they started singing literally. Yeah. So we will give you details of their songs at the appropriate time. In view of the fact that so indeed, we now have evidence of payments that were made into the accounts of the top executives of the national service by vendors, private vendors, and staff of the scheme. We also have evidence that in November 2024, and listen to this carefully, the CEO of the national service scheme and others paid a Ghanaian MP to kill the story in the media and to defend them. Now this is a developing story, and more will come out very soon. But I can confirm that investigations will conclude in the national service and Sky Train scandals by the middle of April for prosecutions to begin. In the national service scandal, 8 suspects have been interrogated, and a good number of them have started singing. They are cooperating with our no, they started singing literally. Yeah. So we will give you details of their songs at the appropriate time. In view of the fact that so indeed we now have evidence of payments that were made into the accounts of the top executives of the national service by vendors, private vendors, and staff of the scheme. We also have evidence that in November 2024, and listen to this carefully, the CEO of the national service scheme and others paid a Ghanaian MP to kill the story in the media and to defend them. Now this is a developing story, and more will come.
And that is Dr. Dominic Ayine, the Attorney General speaking, and in a press conference. And that is on the NSS saga, and then the ghost names are Ebaya, any Hong Kong, Adanope. What's here from the Attorney General now? 8 suspects, and Attorney General said, one more to me, a year interrogation. Now he claims some of them are singing. Very soon, they will tell us the song, one more singing. Very interesting conversations there. Now, let's listen to him again on the Sky Train. Now, Obekaya, under the Ministry of Railways Development, there was a whole lot of issues as they say, Sky Train, Edia for Yom Ghana for Benya Train, and them Yoma, Betimia Pekenia Diana. In fact, as I said, Diana, into the Bay and see a baby or debut Yom. Now, $2 million we pay to a company, 1 year, you baby, and from my way. Ma Yentie, the Attorney General, on baby asa and Komono Aqua Kodro. Yentie.
In respect of Sky Train, we can confirm that the $2 million was paid at the request of the chairman of the board of directors of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, that is GIIF, Prof. Ameya Ikunfi, and then and then the CEO, Mr. Solomon Asamoah, who is currently hiding in Senegal. We tracked him first and noticed that he was in South Africa, so he left Ghana somewhere around February 2nd, the 2nd of February, to South Africa. So we were monitoring him in South Africa, and then he left South Africa and is now in Senegal. When we contacted him, he told us that he will not come to Ghana until I think he didn't say April, 3 months from now. Okay, so he's given her 3 months to come to Ghana, very much like Ken Oforiatta, right? It reminds me of Ken Oforiatta. So he says he will come to Ghana in 3 months. So we are patiently waiting for him. If he wants to be tried in absentia, that is his choice to make. But we have the prosecutorial authority to prosecute him in absentia, and of course the person who acted with him to transfer that money, the Prof. Appiah Kubi is in the country. So if there is going to be delay, we'll start the prosecution with him being a suspect who is being tried in absentia. So on the SkyTrade, we noticed that there was no board approval for the transaction, and the conditions precedent to disbursement had not been met. The other board members and our review of the minutes of the board of directors have confirmed this fact. So we requested for all the minutes, of the board of directors within the period that this transaction occurred, and our perusal of the minutes show quite clearly that there was no board approval. Also, the interrogation has revealed, that the other board members said that they did not have knowledge of this transaction. In fact, there was one of the minutes where one of the members questioned why the GIF was in a hurry to make payment for this transaction, and no, answer of any significance was given to him by the two persons who, skipped and transferred $2 million of taxpayers' money to a Mauritius company. In fact, we tracked the company to Mauritius, and the lawyer in Mauritius has confirmed to us that it is non-existent. But that's also, a developing story. Now, the money, you see, if you are buying shares in a company, that's your equity contribution to that company.
Kessben.
The money is supposed to be paid into the shares account of that company. But the money was given to African Investment Holdings. Okay? And when it was paid, we noticed that African Investment Holdings was paid 100,000 United States of American dollars as the GIF's contribution to equity. And then listen to this. 1.9 million was paid to African Investment Holdings as share premium.
Kessben.
Now, when you are paying for share premium, for those of you accountants and lawyers, well versed in corporate law,
I'm highly grateful for joining us at Open Pacho. We are live on DSTV on channel 364, Go TV at channel 121, free to air, and Open Unyaya live on Kessben Plus. We are so much grateful, and then as well, we are live around the world on Kessben TV on Facebook. And Mawadwin training in ano Emra 055-0567-929 055-0567-929 and no any numbers are no pay yede a juma. Now those are the conversation Andra happen here with the Attorney General briefing the press so far about a juma in the office no etime aye. Now in a letter dated 24th March 2025, the solicitors and I said the lawyers edema a year ura kwabena edubuahen are responded to a year the Attorney General and the press conference endra wa ye nti Zoe Achia and Co firm no at the statement about or say in the matter of the violation of the fundamental human right of Kwabena Edubuahen and Angela Ejay Boateng and the Attorney General's recent version of the rule of law. We act as lawyers for Kwabena Edubuahen and Angela Ejay Boateng. Mid-morning today, the 24th day of the month of March 2025, the learned Attorney General of the realm, the Honorable Dominic Akurethinga Ayini, in his recent version of the rule of law, and romancing the press, pronounced our client guilty of state looting in the court of public opinion, and cheapened the press conference by saying our clients are still being investigated by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO. The learned Attorney General has been a distinguished lecturer of law, and we cannot fathom why he would use the power of the press rather than his advocacy at the bar to feed the general public with his prejudicial and skewed information, which is unprofessionally called evidence, to poison our client against the general public and by extension the entire world. The power to investigate any Ghanaian for alleged criminal offenses has not party colors. It is a painstaking exercise to ensure that the rights of citizens are not abused and their personalities rubbished by those who wield the powers of the state to conduct that sacred exercise. All professional investigations and not party investigations are devoid of ramzamats and propaganda. The suspect, who is the subject matter of investigation, should not be disgraced before the assemblage of the so-called facts could or tilt into making him an accused person. Suspects are not accused persons until they are clinically put together. Investigations will graduate into a docket after the suspect is formally charged. When a suspect is being investigated, he is entitled to bail for the simple reason that the investigating body cannot treat him as an individual already pronounced guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. The criminal jurisprudence the world over frowns upon inquiry bail being used as an emotive weapon of punishment against persons who may be potentially innocent after adduction of evidence, not in the new Patriotic Party headquarters, but before a court of competent jurisdiction. It goes further to state, may kind accept the amount. Now, statement no endorsement, so you get to know and then get to understand. Now, it goes further to state that when the Attorney General and or the prosecutor has assembled facts and not propaganda against a citizen of Ghana, the individual is then arraigned before a court of law. The charges are read against the accused, who may plead guilty, which opens the door for his conviction or sentence. When a plea of not guilty is entered for the accused, it kickstarts a criminal trial in which the Attorney General or his lawful representative leaves the realm of emotions and party frenzy to demonstrate through evidence why his fellow Ghanaian should be convicted on the account of a criminal offense duly committed. We need not stress that from the arrest all the way to the point of conviction, if ever, the accused person has a constitutional right to a lawyer of a choice. Archibald, one of the leading expositors of the criminal law practice and evidence, calls what is contained in the desires as the theory of the prosecution, where we have underlined this kindergarten position of the law to expose the fact that when a case from the highest level of the Attorney General is determined in the court of public opinion, then the matter has degenerated from prosecution, which must not be dressed in the NDC colors, to prosecution, whose oxygen impunity is politically induced and very much affront to the rule of law. With this as a prologue, we want to put the case of the client in a context. Mr. Kwame Appiah Kubi cannot be called a common criminal, and neither his wife, Angela Ejay-Boateng, proud to this sordid expose. Mr. Kwame Appiah Kubi was the immediate director of the National Signal Bureau and is a man who is networked internationally. His wife, Angela, has never been a woman of straw, and she is doing considerably good business for herself. On Thursday, the 20th day of the month of March 2025, Mr. Edubuahin arrived at the Kotoka International Airport on a British Airways flight from the United Kingdom. It is totally false, that he flew economic class to disguise himself as an attorney general was strenuously projecting it to be. Our client was in a business class, a fact which is easily verifiable. The beggars believe that a criminal should be audaciously enough to fly out of the jurisdiction through Kotoka International Airport, a security area, and return on his own free will to Accra, while the criminal route of the Togo and the Ivory Coast borders are the safe options available to him. Obviously, the Attorney General is using a different eyeglass, and we cannot fault him for that. On his arrival at the airport, Mr. Edubuahin reclined at the commercially important person CIP lounge. A ruse was created that there were immigration issues with his passport, and he was wanted. Just an excerpt of statement the lawyers of Edubuahin at the Abba. So just to wrap it up for you, now they go further to say that a ruse was created that there were immigration issues with his passport, and he was wanted at the open place where the passengers of all aircraft landing at the Kotoka International Airport checked out. Our law-abiding client got into that open space only to be handcuffed for public ridicule and ferried to the Iyoko office or cell, where he was still languishing until the lawyers came to his aid. And it goes on and on and on. These are excerpt of a statement Zoe and Achia and co lawyers for Kwame Edubuahin etimi release on the statement of the Attorney General. Now the long and short and they say, I mean, they believe that say Attorney General no will be against their client. The best option no and they say obe file those evidences no na wetimi at the aqua court na prosecution no ashas here. Now the law requires say an accused person no will have a right to a legal counsel. No beba na wabijnemu abekana sem at the amana. It is not a matter of say Attorney General no Eddie Nkomono ebeba into the public opinion. Now they feel strongly say Attorney General no try say obe prosecute their client in the court of public opinion. Said the ebeya Edubuahin no ne ho be Ghana fo ahyi dada ansakra na nsem no dodo na no akwa mu ewo court. Wo mo say eye needless ehun hia the ndra Attorney General no ebeye no ehun hia. He ought to have gone to court to ensure said the all kan nyina na danside wo ho a court no ebetimi atenase na wo mwetie na wo mwahwe na asendie no etimi akoso. Now I'll bring you more details because the Attorney General has promised say in the coming days Ghanaians should watch out because there will be a lot of issues ebeko court na court no so etimi edi. Mabedwa for no atenase na African Ponziga atenase na Maakye etizeng
Jusu
Bibiaboko
Nyamia Dumarakwa Bibiaboko
very well ho
yes yeah South Africa for South Africans yeah John has it Kwame Appiah Eda dog so Nyamia Dumarakwa the Nabekensa
very well Benjamin Kwashi Mr. Chairman Council of Elders for the NDC, the South African branch of the NDC. Mamema Mr. Kwashi Achen na mema na kwaba. Zagwashi, good morning.
Good morning, Nana. Bibiaboko there.
Eradi ado. Ye down so e.
Nyame adomo.
South Africa for ho ye.
Chalo bia ho ye. Bia ho ye. Ghana na enko ye but
Ghana enko ye.
But we are
Oh,
na say ni o kan say Nana. This response I free Edubuahin lawyer sorry.
Yes.
Before the law no. Is there not something called morality? And is there nothing like that? So if I'm a lawyer and somebody comes to me with such a case, especially after the expose Attorney General Mano, I don't think that you should write this letter.
I see.
Because this letter defeats the purpose of logic. This letter is a letter that makes all of us look as, let me mind my language, but I'll be very emphatic that this letter makes us all look like we are stupid. Nana, but you don't categorically state that the Dubois guy is an honest person. He came with this through the CIP center. Nana, we were in this country when people were arrested in church, all in the name of say there should be accountability. We are public official there. You can't run away from it. So I think that it is best that we manage these circumstances very well, because everybody in government or every politician will believe say you can loot, and then there will be lawyers that will defend you. I think
my microphone.
Yes, every you can saying politician will think say you can loot, and then at the end of the day use part of that same money to get legal representation. I think say going forward, there are going to be a lot of constitutional reviews to do with the constitution of the Republic of Ghana. As time goes on, we'll talk more about
the position you are taking, and the lawyers of Eduboa here, said that is prejudicial. You are almost conclusive in your thought. Say Nipano a criminal, but he is simply telling you, say, no individual in this country, and be pronounce you be say or a criminal until say that person has gone through a criminal trial. I'm a court, judgment, whether a sentence or conviction, but to indicate say Nipano a guilty of the charges at your level against him. And almost the same thing
have you listened to what the Attorney General said yesterday? In fact, the Attorney General gave us instances irrefutable. Look at the properties that they speak about, the gentleman has got. Is he denying them that those are his properties? Nana, in public service, for you to be able to amass wealth, and he has been working in the last 8 years, right? From what we are told, when Nanado got into the presidency, he has been at that position till they left office. And within 8 years, you can amass wealth to that level. Nana, have you read about, especially private company setups now on any year? You don't need a lawyer, or you don't need to be a law graduate to know that this is criminal. Now, we've been in this country when an attorney general, former attorney general, what didn't that former attorney general do? And then we have an attorney general that comes to us with the facts. We are not being prejudicial. What we are saying is that this clearly points to looting of state resources. Forget about those charges that will go to court and all that. This one, I say, it's a deliberate attempt to loot every resources that we use to develop this country for the next generation. And look, we can say all we want to say, but it's a bad case. And it is an affront to the democracy that we promised ourselves, say, as a country we are going to embark on. But when you apply common sense to what has happened, I think somebody like a Dubois, or other platforms say there should not be anything like jail sentence or something. Recover the loot. I'm happy to say Oral is coming in to recover those loots. At the end of the day, the property still remains with them. It becomes an issue. I'm sure, Attorney General, he would ensure said the proper thing is done. Let's get the money to develop the country for the unborn generations. As simple as that.
But as an attorney general, first of all, your duty is to advise the government on a lot of legal issues. Again, at any point in time, you are the most important person who go with a state prosecution.
Yes.
And why your investigation, what find it out? Why establishing a prima facie? Say there is a substance in anything that was suspected. In terms of wrongdoing.
Yes.
The most important thing you do is to proceed to court.
Yes.
With the level of evidence a crowd. Now, why have we taken the position that we would want to come into the public domain, engage in press conferences, and finally, sadansi bibi crowd what the can yetimi edia court.
But the Attorney General is deviating from the norm. Him say previous Attorney General Godfrey Dami will not come and explain to you the reasons why he's prosecuting. This Attorney General has opened up himself, or say, let's have a conversation. Let's know what I'm doing as an Attorney General, why somebody has been picked up, why somebody has been arrested, or why somebody has been charged. Nana, what is happening right now? No, and yet just economic mismanagement. Oh, Nana, what the Attorney General gave us yesterday is a proof of systematic loot. Nana, when our president, John Dramani Mahama, said that Ghana was a crime scene, most people said no, he can't say that. Today, we are more than a crime scene. What I'm telling you, Nana, and it's the Attorney General, like you said, he's a chief legal counsel to the president and also for all criminal prosecutions that the state will go through. Nana, in the days to come, like the Attorney General indicated, we are going to know exactly what has happened, the watertight evidence that they have at the Attorney General's office. There'll be state prosecutors, we'll go to court, and whatever happens, Nana, you and I would indeed come to the realization, say, this Attorney General is different from all Attorney Generals that we've ever had. And it is going to happen that way.
Very well. But my lawyer Sebe Achi na Memana Kwaba. He is a member of the New Patriotic Party. Council of Margin.
Yeah, Emia.
Na ebom to say.
Nyamiadom. Yahu yebebre. Na mama Achi na mama Etiefo ene ahwefu nyina so Achi anopei. Enkanka me kromu for Afano Southwest for Mankranso. Ekosi nempesa so. Na Openye Benjamin so Machiana no pay Council of Elders Chairman South Africa.
Yes.
And we there and answer if you are not the parties no abem na be ekoye we there enchia so meka kakra you see
and commander ni assassin yes.
Me who baby cry me shall say be a council of elders chair edi assemna fra no and some the Attorney General ayeno council of elders abe say no kra na say but we the kra be ka ho you see me dey say Openye Benjamin Kofi Kwashi a council of elders chair South Africa empanyin si su shefa yemua Council of Elders minim say ade ba ko a omo ye ne say asem eba omo frɛ esiesi asem no.
Okay.
Enti as a chairman of Council of Elders, would that be his or is that his modus or the adwuma na? Minya sure say ko be chairman. Say party ni masem asini de brewa. Ba ko be kan na asem no na afi wo de press conference. No ko catch party fo ni nyina say oh asem asi abeka say no crucify no. You see, we've given you the position as the Attorney General, a Minister for Justice. Not just say, Yewra Dominic Ayeni, ni position no. He's not only an Attorney General, or say nipa peripere yo, yadi esi ne nine so se wonhwe. It is our position ne kutano no. Any say Ghana ni bi enye bone. Yan koka bone ento ne so. Or rese pepe yo be adwuma.
So aye boni mpo ebefa mrakwan so right.
Ebefa mrakwan so aye boni so ebefa mrakwan so pepe. There is a cardinal principle that we call all the altering pattern. Let the other party be heard. Attorney General I lecture in fear bebre. Me assure say enya me in fact me seniors me wan chama dio. Watch me seniors in law adie. I'm not expecting him to do the things he's doing now. From what was the case?
You think he's not coming under the law with the Oye?
I believe, sir, with
Kessben.
Ni pesua ye nim no Dominic Ayeni nim die kuta no seme betena ka se oni embremu nim dia na me twantro. But you see, you need to blend that nim dia wo no with your ability to withstand pressure. Because the Oye social statements are making ultimate say pressure be free baby so can be because enoma mo sha ase mo kura mu amosi mu nyem galam say no ano odin pa read the air cost of forest mu to the extent that now you say foreigners and aba ya recruit you into the system omo ye galamsey or Ghana e protect galamseyers. These things as I say anope yenka ho asem. Eti quickly yemra ne meka bibi. Adubu ahia se ache ne ya wada. Nigeria ekwahwa no efiada na eche ne yere nso. Adwada na attorney general press conference egu omani mu ase. So you see yes and count down o se ekwan yitine. Mr. Speaker, na say now to na commentary bi so upon school u kofie and national security asa akroma ya ba twi yonko ba ko hwim adano me ba ha be hwe wanim na me hwe say na dan na wani akọ say wa na eto wa na be hu say de sifate na say the lawyers aba respond dey say na the lawyers kan asmo mo kan nyina ne say tie afa ba ko no could you believe why nya pre kan ni nyina obo say the lawyer for asmo mo kan say even at the yoko na ye de ne kokoto ye no omo ko ye omo pese omo ne kasakra ne ya omo kwan ama omo ne na nkasa ya se so bekasa yes so omo ne bekasa age say yoko ni gina ho etie nsem ni bi uti we wan where is the privilege, the client lawyer privilege no your constitution no ene your laws ni nyina are granted anything because so to be confident enough no ka asem bia o che the lawyer o say wu nyina ho bi dia o man kan statement no kan ekwa ase abehu. So you see in all these things the chairman council of elders kind of pay not just say ya ma or you're guilty. How can you say the lawyer has no moral rights or something to write these things that he wrote about the person, whilst the person as we speak is innocent like you and I
until proven guilty.
And who proves him guilty? A court of competent jurisdiction. It is not let him say you prove guilt no our MPP office name me prove no our court. They say someone wa ba king na say a court na nsam na ntesa na say otemuafo ni gina na so na so jana e dia be adwene no wa Ghana fo anya e dia fa nipa no ho na dia be adwene so no ma Ghana fo anya afa court no ho because you being the number one lawyer, let me put yes, he is the number one attorney general. You should know better. If the judiciary is in trouble, we expect you to rise up and defend them because the judiciary, they are trained in such a way that they cannot come out in the public and defend themselves. It is a check sir and yoma we yase na Ghana ni awabo ne bra wie. You see, this is not an MPP NDC matter. Abrantia no, what I know edu buan no, and say in somewhere 2007 or call. Sa biano on say na elder ka so 8 years no de anya ne ho in 2016 ansa ne ba bam no a deputy director of the same institution no na deputy director but MPP by wa meka say woni John Mahama president na ye adwuma enti firi ho ne emfa ye hu nipa mehye ho also woni madwuma ne ye enti kwaso ye wadwuma. This has nothing to do with MPP NDC, and what I'm hearing is say he's also into fertilizer and other businesses. Impo NDC presso brana Europuni, if that is true, Europuni here. Cocoa board no. CEO. Yes, he got contracts over 200 million and other things. Even then. So if you just go and say yes, $7 million be a pushy into an account. No cover the properties, another property say when he dimu nyina ababe guhonom. Say near the attack and say properties are wakwakotonia. Okay, ka properties ni bom kra na. Ubos 7 million krebi or grandpa properties ni HM. Then you state say the value of the property. Study what they brought. Well, it was like they were in a hurry just to do anything. Value of the property. No one stated 1 point something million. Baby or what? No one says what here this amount. Are you giving us the amount of money he paid for those things, or you are giving us the value?
Of the property.
Of the property. So you see, as an attorney general, when you are coming out with anything, you must come out with watertight, what do you call it, evidence. And if you have evidence, where do you prove it? In court, not in public opinion. So it is like me when they say, does he see say, nya the ocean and free court into omra no me semu na obia to say the ye can no pay. Lawyer ni ono na such a beautiful and brilliant statement. Say rule of law and he say he disappointed in the lawyer. He has also been a lawyer for over 3 decades, so he also qualifies to even be at the Supreme Court. And as well, he qualifies to be an attorney general. Because say okoto sa aboa bi si unua so a ka kire say sori ye so en ka kire say on sori so efiri so ofiri so a or the bounce so e say wo na wo situation we say mu o dey look at say lawyer na say mo choy mu a if that is true then the attorney general did the service to this nation by giving us a palpable falsehood in statement to make mu say because na opeso odwaninti otna economic class mu say the be no be fra nipa dodo na no de apie. Meanwhile, if you read the statement, what the lawyers are saying is that otna economy, this is undisputed. Ni ticket e wo honom otna economy mu na okokot na conference
business class.
Yeah, so mo see from one
the
CIP center no ote hono number friend said there is an issue to omra baby a economy fo ni nyina ho oduru honom ne eche no so wa be wan we nyina be ka che say na otna economy na opese odwane obi invited na on one buy it even know dwane dia fa. You see, let's not do these things to ourselves. The man, as we speak, constitutionally he is innocent. He is not an MPP. If he's an MPP member, crime minimum and your problem we cry buy the picture crowd the brenka mean hunu da for me to defend him minimum no baby. It is not a defense to him, but the attorney general, we expect him to do better. And if so or try a share be na yanka sade na war ye no enye. Because you have all the government machinery with you, do all the investigations that you need to do. Until na me ma date say ya chene Thursday, Nigeria kwa akosra no, and ya chene yere so Friday. Ni ya chene yere Friday and Monday no kasa no. E dey be investigation na wo wire about omo ankasa. A odi omo tumu a ba be sina. Omo kwan e omo nkasa na odi wo de conclusion aba. It is a court. Na conclusion na usi no wasa be kasa investigation ko onye den onwie. It will do investigations now. If you realize, sir, I did said, I'm a general no. Na entesa near koye and I buy. Damage out your money reputation. They are no pay. You go so a year can. Na one never correct this idea. And the attorney general, in fact, I think that's young one Kasaya ye. Sani week. Oh never got say. Your friend is saying 7 million. Say so the $7 million in this 189 million snitch case. Osi anu enko na so 189 million enko wey
and yes snitch case be
omo you know pardon no ya filing law prosecutor any sagleme cry is about 275 million. That was what was under contention. There are issues opuni case court see omni defense because he has a question to answer and that involves money and wajana maneko. Last time me say the contain na konsuo wo and the waja omomoko 7 million there oh can it say bibia ye hu bi da but I want to say on record I don't know the man. He is not an MPP. If he's an MPP member I don't know. And this na na ye adwuma kese echen MPP because over time called 2007 mo na ye adwuma nyina wi ade na ne worth mo fa mfra ho nyina.
2007 was President Kofo
President Kofo 2009 na NDC buy and onya position was rising here to deputy director. Now face a position na ba beto honom na say wa continue no wa commit whatever he has committed. I'm not saying, I always say ya chechire man ya chechire political party obi a waya boni bia ni na nkyese ya ni say ya ni di ebi ekwan bi epeso ya ni ne kwan so ya ma ne kwan no so nya na lawyer fo ya ma ne kwan no so ntimi enkasa ne ehunu ba bia esie na the attorney general eye die ntimi bi say o friend ne lawyer fo ene omu bisa say obe press conference ana such a chuchi kata de on ne kokasa ye say me pese mi jai o client no o me ja na sa no kire yen the NDC connected the only nyina lawyers no ko share them na mo agree step a ubeteki ansa no wateki attorney general. Now in this case question me bisa say or friend a lawyer for any omu decided step ubeteki ana. So you see clearly say it is purely a case say oye NDC ni na odi bone dia uhusun nemom onye NDC ni na odi bone see one thing they say
line for mama
me that say usually the opposition no Magana for in quotes, not just his party. It's when we find the government machinery being used against an individual. And my young say, at least prepare your enyajuma. What got that facts in you now for case you go to court. Then the statement or facts of the case, it's published. No beer now peace
now wrapping it up with you. So what's here AGR or say most of the properties are 1 million less were acquired between 2020 2018 and then 2024. And I mean, substantially, this was the regime of President Akufo-Addo. And upon Aduboahene becoming the managing director.
The acquisition of all those properties, one for date be to who or can in block. Na nipa no kra unya no ma ne kwan ema ontoto na no yie wo de na hye kukumu na lawyer for kra ne nkasae na kofa age se de honorable Okujeto Ablakwa ye vet no ye bi kofa document e de ba ba che wiase nyina se afenyo marking ato government property afenyo yi ano no na afi ni sem nyina kan eti one side de ya mfa enkasem na wo na nka pesa adwo asafo betina ha ho. See to say so. Now questions never to Muniama. Ya blocking no. Mestre
and you can hold blocking.
Yeah, Mestre anti-adwa. Yeah, anti-adwa. Sa but see. Opani make only din common Miami penny Amakoba statement we will make here na enye correct nti tepa enye ndisi dia yen lusu. MPP.
Yeah, by you be the home. And only next topic, but me question. So, but I mean, okay, you want to clarify something? I
have to clarify a lot of things that he has said. First and foremost, lawyer, Aduboahene that we are talking about is the son of Professor Albert Aduboahene.
That is not true. That is not true.
Hold on.
No. This one is not true. Only see, that is where their mistake is. It's not true.
I was quiet.
Very well.
And I made my
cancel my maintain exactly. Until also true not. So depend if
his brother, because it's going to be a long day. His brother, as we know,
Kessben,
is Charles Aduboahene, the deputy finance minister under the Bawumia Nanado regime. Councilor say, Wakasa Bebre say, it started from me, Council of Elders. You have to do an advisory role.
And you must listen to science.
You must listen to science. We were in this country. He was here. I'm sure he was not out of the country. He was in this country. When issues of national importance were mentioned, the former Council of State, they went to sleep. So Council of State will tell you, say, legal matters, they don't come in. What is there for elders to sit and talk about when there's a criminality that has been something to do with criminality? How do you come in as advisory role players? Impossible. Nana, we were in this country. He's talking about the courts. We should respect the court. We were in this country when Gregory Afoko was given bail. In this country. Lawyer was here in this country. Attorney General that time, was that person not the legal representation for the country or for the president? He made sure, say, Afoko could not meet the bail conditions. He was in custody. I didn't hear lawyers, his pedigree, fighting for that gentleman. And then you want to talk about an attorney general and say, you cannot in any stretch of imagination even bring Odame near to Ayeni. But that is not something we are discussing. We are discussing the issues to do with procedure. Mm-hmm. When this attorney general came into office, we had an attorney general, Oka, some time ago, said he doesn't need to come and explain to you what he does and how he gets his prosecutions. You talk about us going to the court. Nana, there's going to be a whole constitutional review as to how this country works. Me, as an NDC person, I've said at the time with that number that I do not trust the judges that were sitting at the Supreme Court.
But today you trust them.
I don't.
Your party is in power.
I don't.
You still don't trust
I don't. Them. It's my personal opinion. If you ask me, a court that sits and tells you, say, birth certificate cannot determine, say, you are a Ghanaian citizen. Lawyers will come and then be quoting things. But this is common sense. Before the law, there's common sense. I come from different countries. I have been in different countries. And the premier document that they use to determine citizenship is their birth certificate. In South Africa, where I'm coming from, Yawu was South Africa Hospital, and the number on your birth certificate becomes your number or your ID number till you die. But we had a Supreme Court here. We had an Attorney General who will tell you, say, after losing a case, he says, oh, he knows what to do. Nana, what are we saying? Or say, yeah, NDC bar power. No, we should talk about Galamsey. Yes, the Galamsey issue, we'll talk about it. But we came on the back of a manifesto. Yeah. And that manifesto indicated to the Ghanaian people, it gave us close to 2 million votes between the NDC and the MPP. What did we say in our manifesto? We said there was going to be an oral team. So we are going according to what we promised the Ghanaian people. And the Ghanaian people gave President Mahama that overwhelming endorsement.
But you wouldn't want to do that capriciously. You must be guided by the law and procedure.
We are guided by the law, but I am telling you, say, we will not take lessons from people who have done worse. Because if you want to take lessons from the MPP, as they want us to take from them, then we are even undermining the integrity of the Ghanaian people.
I see.
Because the Ghanaian people gave us that overwhelming endorsement based on what we told them. They didn't just go out to go and vote for us. They listened to both sides. Nana, they listened to both sides. So when certain things have been that, look, the learned friend has indicated a lot as to how we have to govern this country collectively. We don't have to be selective. That is where I have a problem as a politician. Because say certain things that we have started doing, when they were doing it, Nana, look what he said. Say the gentleman was there as a deputy, and then he rose through the ranks.
Yes.
Let me give you a typical example of somebody whose career was truncated because of political reasons. NIA, Professor Atefua. When he got there was a gentleman called Yaya Deku, who was an analyst there. Just because they saw on a Facebook post that he had criticized the government, Atefua wrote a letter to him and said, go home. A young gentleman, you destroyed his life. But you see, God is not from an individual's home. Today, it's the same Yaya Deku that sits in the chair of Professor Atefua. Where is he?
He's on retirement.
Yes. He will have to go on retirement. It means that we need to build institutions not on political basis. We have done this in the MPP era. We have done this in the NDC era. So if council wants to talk, what I think say we all have to agree on it. We have done things in the past that has not helped the nation. If you want to build a nation, take politics out. Maka say President Mahama is not president for the NDC. He's a president for the Republic of Ghana. Certain things we don't need to do. Certain things he needs to do. Nana, so the lawyers will tell you, Obeko court, almost 48 hours, he has to be given bail and whatever. I'm sure, say, there should be a reason. But if the Attorney General as well, ever take the tangent of Odami, and the court will say, if you do buy him bail, and you want to use your politics or your stature as an Attorney General to keep him there, no, we will not agree.
Okay.
He has to follow the law. If the law says 48 hours, present him to court, take him to court.
That's right.
And let's get the right things done as a country.
Very well.
Once and for all.
Once and for all. But my brother not from Paul Ziga. So that Bremona mean chill.
Yes, Kwame. Yes. Honorable. I'm very impressed. Honorable, there's on the Jatadada. Until the lawyer the Jatadada. But Kwame, me very impressed. Pa say Honorable, the way Ototo Normano, the way our Casano. I'm happy for you. Say Oduwete South Africa. Kwame, such an excellent communicator. Kwame. So what's the deal? I will say omo politics.
Yeah.
Say when the opportunity to be a why ambassador baby and also why a branch executive for baby. So external branch executive. Kwame omo buy in the way Mrs. Kasafa. Most of them are not abreast with issues. They are not on top of issues. But the way he's communicating, Kwame, I doff my heart for this man. He's very good communicator. Which is one South Africa. But every single thing bia a better to Ghana, no Kwame, or follow. And that is most important. Because you don't just go on radio and go and disgrace yourself. A bia waka bia no Kwame. It's in line. And what say is on top of issues, and that is good. That's fantastic. I like that. But Kwame, Uraton Yedu, na nipa respecting a pa. So read the books NDC books, articles. In the Rawlings regime, from PNDC to NDC, Osha nipa no me younger Rawlings started so no mubu maya. Na ibu omopa, Uraton yedu, Mr. Atuahoy, Kwesi Ahoy, and Ahoy, just name them. Ubeda someone yadi. And Omwana Omu Heli the revolution, revo, probity and accountability. Uraton yedu no akahubi. Na udimwa kwetene pa Uraton yedu. But you see, Sadia no mane benya respect, especially when he was also a lecturer at the University of Cape Coast. Ne bro foka kwanya timi mfa corruption embete tad. But the man lost it.
At
when
some point,
yes, at a point or shasi so okoto oshinkas na e what billions and or the thousands and a neto. Kwame. When NDC left office in 2000, or the same thing. In 2008-12, when NDC left office, he did the same thing. Kane worth 2.5 billion or 26,000, something like that. A man lose to respect up to now. And Professor Kwame now his book was the baby say, Mr. Tony do lose to respect to the extent that there was a time no man baby, no kofobi e huruno. A bomb and some dinner real na han. Politics, so I near careful. A dear back pet a bit me more respect.
Of course.
Respect Kwame what pair a go for so many years now. Kwame bet me a duty and go for me. Who read the Article 78 of the Ghana Constitution? The Article 78 in say, oh my goodness, Article 78 in say. As a sort of penny appointed ministers, you understand? But what kind of article here? One say, as I said, you appoint to be or a great minister, health minister. The person should be a medical doctor or agriculturist. You understand? What say on my penny appointed ministers? Okay. Then, who for the Attorney General's officer? What say? The Attorney General of Ghana is the chief legal advisor to the Ghanaian government. The Attorney General is also responsible for Ministry of Justice. The Attorney General also serves as a member of the General Legal Council, which regulates legal practice in Ghana. So, upon this, you understand?
Yeah.
It tells you say, you can never be an Attorney General abra when you're lawyer.
Yes.
Ya appoint Attorney General. Yen kasa so your lawyer. But upon the duma ya dia sha won sa no, it say, automatically you have to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Eti Kwame, owura Dominica ni ya de na wo. Say you be a medical doctor and no one ye lawyer ni no yes sad na. We can party him for that.
Yes. Yes.
So Obia Sabi oye water expert. Obi oye environmental expert. And you have funded in the Attorney General's office. And a Kwame warrior dear we can pardon him for that. But Kwame, where you Attorney General a lawyer kuku damapa are a reverend in this country. And some of the things that Ora Dominic Anidi Ayan Kwame, it is clear an 8-year-old girl will be able to tell you say Adiana Papa it is against the ethics of one profession. It is clear.
Why do you say so?
Kwame, why do you have to give a public trial? Why should no say the paper eventually be and you say the person is innocent until proven guilty? That is why a murderer will be a waku will be ya catching red-handed. Okuta se kan ya wo twa nipa de conscience. Kra no e mama ho kwase e man lawyer. Meboa. That is why I have never liked Anas Arimiya Anas. Because Anas denigrated and disgraced Sani Dara. So I just bribe. But when the video was analyzed by CAF and FIFA, Sani Dara was exonerated. But that time cinema about 43 referees Anas almost had. They were all exonerated by CAF and FIFA. So Argentina, Kwame, on fadi pardon court. Near charging say, we suspect to say a Japadi Kutawu. But this time frame a Japadi Kutawu, you have questions to answer. And no certain here, number 1, 2, 3 be Kwame. We at so come and answer in court. As a so man the professional year Juma. I'm me sure pass I found a magia someone will be catching me say the reason why they bypassed Honorable Inusa Fuseni and no more temple on the bay that Attorney General Kwame the conference Dominica because Inusa Fuseni would never do this. I'm telling you. Inusa Fuseni yes I ya Dominica Ora Dominica
isn't it about the course say oblifi or minor baby age no aye adwuma babe
Kwame it's a publication. Publication. Send na me fa da huro kokol ekokotena ye finish baba Kessben. Me ba adwuma homache no. Baba ti se on small girl bi ne nam hase. Ana ma hu se oso te ha obi ani ha. Na ma fa da huro e de akodira sake. Kwame Appiah Kubi wo rape akola bi wa Kwame Appiah Kubi wa rape akola. Will you be happy? Will you be happy?
Kessben.
Our professionals should be as I say a DNM. And you kwasi ma yodum ma respect ora domelevo. Ma respect the power. Domelevo is a part of ora team, but when President Mahama say okosi is the first person to criticize. Because one person conform say that may be Kirby. Me can conform there and new class and you say yedema beka ora who cannot say this. Madam Gloria Kufu lost the Attorney General position because what say the Ameri deal is clean. Mebwa, what say the Ameri deal is clean. We should stop persecuting the people that we want to prosecute them. Because of this, Madam Gloria Kufu going forward was removed and your cover Dominic a year say or damn by. But Mameno ever since or cancer we say ya according in the respect that your woman Madam Gloria Kufu and that's what to her because I say I'm a professional. My read the documents no there's no way I just say I didn't clean. Why do you still have to send people to Dubai to go and investigate? Oh yes, son on that person to me say minimum Juma. Etini you know. The American what I say, my professional Juba, join news, and I'm afraid, Madam Mr. Ayi, Owusu Adrumi. One of the respectable engineers in the country. He was asked about the estimates and the cost of Kaswa interchange. Say it's being bloated. Was say where I'm standing. I'm not going to read the text, you know. I'll join a report here. Was say where I'm standing. I'm not talking as a politician. I'm talking as an engineer. That it is not bloated. The interchange is not bloated. The profession first, and not the party for a persecute because one can say I didn't bloated. Only the man Ghana you say say interchange that Kwame. Ordinary project. Yes, hospital you ya tutu ya street light e grow bebre about 10 communities e ka ho no ye Appiah Rose ni na de ka ho bi e na ma de ne cost to cost interchange no nko na aka say interchange ni boy say ya you be making me a lot of mistakes one in the church e mu me ehunu sade no so let your profession speak because Kwame we have jailed people in this country they were not arrested in the Rambo Star. They were not treated like the way we are treating people today. Ora Kwame Appiah was jailed. He was not arrested in this Rambo Star. With the exception of Mr. Tachuchi Kata, who was arrested at church, but the whole world, including the international communities, they condemn it. You understand? You're condemning. Sipayenki was arrested.
Victor Salome.
Victor Salome was arrested.
The Rambo Star that you're talking about, Victor went through it. Oh, but Victor himself came with a catheter from the US.
So was it right?
If it's wrong, so we are building a nation.
It was not right. That's what I'm saying.
Good.
That's what I'm saying. That.
Yes.
That's how I look at the eye problem. That's what I'm saying. That what a Tatutikada's arrest was condemned because he was arrested at our church. You understand? And we are resetting this country. Resetting means that we belong to a certain place. And then Kofobi Abadi called this place. As I said, Ghana now, we are all looking for no. We reset this country to a level of professional institutions. And these are people who were arrested. Just your charge will come to court. Nana Kuredwajima Rollins was not arrested. And some canary. You understand? So please.
Kessben should come again.
Yes, Ora Dominic Ayini. Oktie radio. Ye bibia no bia friend said you be joy per year. Ya friend Inusa Fuseni. Appiah Kubi per year. Richard the friend Inusa Fuseni. Ora Dominic Ayini. The we are reverend and comfort. Lawyers be prepare watch no madie. But Ekoye bibi say ya na an obi our year first entrance. The first year you lost students say I deal where they are wrong. Who say this is a sheer propaganda. Ye bibi they are tarnishing the image. So my party some could do too much. By the time I ABNDC be free abemru, no lose your respect.
Thank you, Medase. It is only 3 minutes after 9. This is Kessben. My kind of messages nibi awodiaba na yentuaso enye ejuma. This one says that you can use your money to acquire all the wealth in the world anytime you want. The NDC must stop the noise. Abdullah sensing that one from Ofinso in the Ashanti region. I say you guys don't know that we Ghanaians are happy for that, for what the AG is doing. It is good he's briefing the country for the country to know what is happening. Shortman from Omanjo. In fact, Ziga always gives a great submission. I don't know why the bulldog is always acting in that manner. Who do you call a bulldog? No, that is so unfortunate. Facha me for reading that. We say, Mr. Speaker, good morning. This Ziga man is always biotic with his analysis. He always speaks for the NPP. He must be neutral a little bit. Thank you for your message. Francis Amiyao sensing this one from Memphis Central in the Western region. Please, Speaker, I want to know where the Attorney General has gotten it wrong. Isn't it true that the SkyTrain issue was a scam? NSS and Bank of Ghana, all issues are happening at the same time. He is simply briefing the country on what is happening. God bless him. Let the Ghanaian people know. Thank you. This one is saying that what the man is saying is wrong. The Attorney General is independent of his own, but must act within the ambit of the law. There is nothing wrong with he briefing the country. Thank you for your message. Eja Osei Ediweyaba or say, how on earth do we compare the mode of issue of birth certificate in South Africa to Ghana? One country issues her birth sets at birth, whilst the other can issue it at any point in time after birth. The NDC man seems not to be a Ghanaian. In UK, birth certificate is one's passport. And you say, thank you for your message. I'm highly grateful. Good morning to you, Mr. Speaker. The NPP people don't like the truth. Simplicity. The Attorney General is only briefing the country on the current happenings. Bossman, you sent in that one. Bossman, thank you. Good morning, Speaker. Better work you're doing in this country. When the NDC was in opposition, they condemned all the lawyers and judges as well as the security personnel who were doing their work. So the NDC should stop what they are doing in this country. Send my greetings to the NPP man in your studio. Misty Edway Ede Aba Obotanso Asawinso and I would be free Ede Aba. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is delaying the arrest of the NPP lawyer. Kessben should go and advise Godfrey Dame. Please let the NDC come to other matters. Okay, thank you for your message. This one says that, good morning, Speaker. Is it not about he being a son of an NPP man? He is a Ghanaian, so he has the right to a Ghanaian lawyer or any lawyer of his choice. But for him to take Ghanaians' money, it's a problem, and we must deal with it. Thank you for your message. What the way Eddie Abba Mamin kind way. This one says that from the camp of Honorable Ayebi, inside the Mpoho district in the Western region. My greetings to the young, hard-working assembly member. God bless you, Mr. Speaker, and your team. Thank you very much. But that's a new message, This one says that the NPP had allowed some evaders to be part of the party, like this won't happen to Adwoa Safo. Things happening within the party and the accusation they leveled against Adwoa Safo has fallen flat, and today the party is suffering for it. Let the Ghanaian people know. Indeed, God bless you and your team. Thank you. This one says that, good morning, Mr. Speaker. We have to leave the government to fight corruption. I'm Martin from Sola. Martin, thank you very much. O message the free solar Ediabano. This is saying that, can we also say that all what the lawyers are saying is true? And remember, they are his lawyers too. So are they there to defend their client, or they are there to also throw propaganda? Thank you. That is the question you asked. That NPP man is also a criminal. Which NPP man is a criminal? Defending the criminal is also a criminal activity. Please, nobody is a criminal. That is his thought. Our chairman of the Council of Elders has said it all. Attorney General should help the nation retrieve all our monies and stolen items by the previous administration. From Victor Sampede Anaudwe at the Abba, Manchester 1. Asenkrigwa, you sent in that one. Thank you. I have really regretted voting for the NDC because nothing has changed since they took over power. Food prices are still high. Collins, sensing that one from Asante Bekwai. Collins, thank you. Please, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Please ask the NPP man, is he talking about law? Was he talking about law when they were 8 years in office? Did he respect the law and about the things Godfrey Dodame did in this country? Where was he when his attorney general was doing all those things? Thank you. This one also says that, good morning, Speaker. Where did you get this man in suit from? Upon all the evidence provided, he is still talking from his propaganda and arrogance. God save our country. Good morning, Mr. Speaker, General Speaker. In fact, I love you and God bless you so much. I beg you, in the name of God, kindly help me. Okay. This message, where is a good morning, Mr. Speaker. NDC is known to be a propagandist party, and if the attorney general should be ethical, then he should go to court and stop what he is doing. This is emotional sympathy that he is requiring from the Ghanaian people, but we won't buy it. Thank you for your message. Good morning, Speaker. I support the attempt to recover what has been taken by every foul means, but tell the NDC man that arresting someone at church service doesn't mean the person is a criminal per his introduction. Kweku Frimpong sent in that one. Kweku, thank you for your message. We are coming to the issues bordering on the new patriotic party and Adwoa Safo emrebe mo ayede galamse de kakra e de befra na yetimi e de enkomo no mamemra eye Council, my memory also, not mean to you. I'll begin with you from your own party. What is happening to you and Sarah Adwoa Safo, and then what is going around the country?
Sure. Mr. Speaker, may I say, comments are happening now, so we
comment I day.
And I come on. Let's just say, a platform this one. It's so. Now, Mr. Kwashina, and your mammy, you be a ma. On Supreme Court na entum mekai mu baako, it was about the birth certificate, yes. Which I think say for yenya educate ya honde ye behunu de ewum. You see, we read the Constitution of Ghana and then the Citizens Act na or who a Ghanaian is. Who's America, who will be America, na or American. And then Donald Trump be used to the power. This is Sanyo mem. But Ghana the fact say awu Ghana no ma onye Ghanaian enti no ekrobia ne se de oyene de na so hwe citizenship ni mu pa ade ba ko ne se se ye wo ha se ehunu se who parents and our grandparents are citizens of Ghana. At least that makes you a Ghanaian. Now your birth certificate no forms na you feel misasa question no ho whether your grandmother or your parents are Ghanaians. That question is not asked. It is here, Mr. question no anti and free or dear. And then the Supreme Court say, because of that, we cannot say that this person is a Ghanaian by birth set. And Oba cannot simply amobia, but hey, na birth certificate is also yes, name technically no. BB Esho.
This explanation, I find it a bit difficult. You are a legal person, so maybe you enlighten us more. So the Supreme Court say because your grandparent or somebody has not guaranteed. So what will be used now?
No, not guaranteed. You see, birth sets, yeah, the forms by my fill it.
Yes.
And as part of the questions I be sawono. Sir baby, your parents a free a bem.
Okay.
So anonya bem near capture no the your birth set pedia. Then it qualifies to determine your citizenship. It is already Ghana card and all those questions.
Most Ghanaians answer those questions on the birth set.
Yes.
I mean,
check it.
I'm a bit
on the
lost.
forms.
Yeah, I'm
check
a bit
it.
lost. Because you asked
Your
your
hometown,
mother,
where you were
your
given
grandmother,
birth and all of that.
It's on the form. And I say, the new forms, Nana.
Check the forms very well. You see, now no omo update and yoma to align with the constitution.
Okay.
Because in fact, me cry me tell them na birth set they say, but you have to go into the reasoning.
So this is law.
Na aboa yina. Mr. Speaker, empanyin say. Entumago hoyi. Entumago fin yensi na bonten.
Ebi o ha what be see.
There be yensi entumago. Me dey me buy man say na mpanyinfo kan yo.
Na nti na wo say mpanyinfo aka to ba ye ne so ye timi kan.
Entumago dey otimi si. E hata bonten na entumago fin. On say the entumago ya de. Enti wetu ya hata na bonten.
Kessben.
Huru wi that's yes, Tumagu, who read as and Tumagu.
Namumoke between you, so
yeah, Hatana Bonte. You see,
someone can with them.
In the heat of the moment.
Man can with them.
And I make say in the heat of the moment, Mr. Speaker, I also now to you. And I wouldn't Sabra ye kwako pass 11 near here vote back vote me and so in the heat of the moment. But you see, yeah, mammy adwasafo, why ya dear ma me cram who dream during the campaign period. Bebia even Mikrom Mankranso, Dr. Baumia Bayano, na adwasafo kan. Bebia Dr. Baumia fa ibia na adwasafo e wo hobby. Enti waye ade amia hunu se was the apology e den e baaye. Ansa na primaries ne kra be koso.
We nyina na niema hye ho.
Niema de be hye ho na
we nyina na nsem wo.
Mr. Speaker, de unim krom nyina. The onim kroma nyina na betra Michael Echiaka. Ye ka se ka de onim kroma nyina got here say say nyoma egu ni team no ye saw Mike anu a chance no ka nyina. Dabi ebi be bokro. Eti na mpanyinfo evintie se mpanyintina fie. E ma se dua nyeden emfo. Edi se nsuo e ba beto a. Se dua ni nyina se mo sesa nam de mo di gudem. Na ke nsuo kase e ba beto.
Ene ha wa ma de wani je pa.
Mani je papa me te so ba am se kai. Assembly basi so minimum ne uzi Ghana je we aboye adwuma mo interrogate mo matters ne ade mesra adwa yes say ma me adwobre wo ye dia no me I worked for adwa 2012 onime ohiame kra wo home but 2012 adwuma so ye no do me kwa benya e ka ho bi e ma ye de 2012 elections na e court no you have no idea. And Adwa did so well. Why be my party no? Wabesom party no? Of course, in three terms. 2012, 12 years, 3 terms. And baby, and your man Ekika kono. Me hunu say.
The question is, man consider Adwa effort now. It was more of, I mean, you crucify no. And as they say, also the right. So be in huano. She makes a point. Say, I mean, your integrity as a person is everything you have.
That is correct.
Yes, any man no more kegunu so abeye dent on her. The perceptions people were holding about her. This is the time I want to feel this. I mean, there's also some level of credibility for the image because more can simply be brave. Eddie Agunu so I see she's even the cause of more party in the downfall.
It cannot be. It cannot be Sir Adwa Safo single-handedly and the cause of the downfall of the party. Oh, now the competition na competition abana say mwakwa wie na future competition so edahwa. naturally. These things they come naturally. Yeah, you know, see at TB, can be fire who say, and now, one you say, yeah, TB. But as someone may can say, Assembia near car. No crabia near car. A bit of what a bokru. Enti mpanyifo ntimi ntina sesa se yenhwe ne nkoso ohase ohase no ba utimu se
obeba me ha na
o kodi nyina no tempo no rise minim de esie ebi a okọ stage na afi wa ba sa ba be rest studio ha na zigatia na otia sa brother cry bi ana questions na ba betina ha na you see na mo wono na mo provoke no cancel. You see, and some be or no my son also neka. Also, also can I so be betchrim. And I'm a boy. Wabon crofobiding. Into a musu nas and Simon no metrim. It is a part in your gyness. So Bianco can do pay. No Bianco chim do pa. The band ye baby near say party no. Yania Bressa de catcher no 2028. 9 year babem ye
G29 most na be.
Yeah, Tinabem ye G. Akunyano, near 20 be ye be ye.
I'm a question be here.
Ah, obehweme bibia ye beye na dia duru ho no eno ne de beye yesi nsem bi wo ho ye ka ne dem edan kra ye sin wo dem ansa ne de pie na meboa wonnim wanya drawing wo dem wan calculate usika wan hye obi bia na wo sha ase ase hey mikosi na gidigia asembeba enti ye ma me adwoa adabraka anope die
but what is say won't say so ameboa man dey say what is so dia ochina Kristo asafo sorry no ebe press conference menim so ya aware.
I'm hearing it for the first time.
Almost say one ma adwo ankasa biem. They say one more abeka adwo asema ma. Nti de ompeso omo kan nyina ochina it will be in a form of press conference.
Oh.
Me fa flyer in nkyere.
No, na se waka.
Okay.
Na nya wona yete na aka kire me say wife offer form of boys ne say IGP be call by Friday. And I don't answer ye no.
Yes.
It you can na Kristo asafo no ni ti nyina ne Apostle Kojo.
Yes.
He's a brilliant man. Oye opanyina onimu diye me minim kra say you feel na as nyame no say ye ka no safu nyame aha it is a safu nyame so obekasa o meka asem a edi ntitimu beba o meka asem a edi mpapa mu beba eti na no kra me bojo eno ne so oye panyin obesiesie fie amafie ayefo eti adwoa we de adwobrɛwo
me da say adwobra ha interview na o banana na ha
na say ha so de ye man ne ma ye man ne ma bibia ye nka ne fie ne nsiesie ne fie
have bomb the Land Cruiser so anom the block here adwo so man ne ba
ye be kwa first sky train
alright but in na the way fly and so call viral wo mu hwe almost David
but say oti ha na wo kamusa
oh yeah Zrebi wanyame
oh say politics yeah no I've been one person that I agree with you saying yeah bibia that you have to bring out and so I'm one person who condemned Koku Anyidoho when he started doing what he was doing because I felt say in a party there are structures at least go through all the mills and then everybody knows that you have a right to go out and say what you have to say. Look, and yes, and yes, see what MPP move with address for and yes, it means see what NDC move. It is happening. What I believe is as politicians, we need to deviate from always going out. I've listened to address for and sometimes Okasa out of pain, especially on the issue. Oka says she lost a child after campaigning. And then she nearly lost the other son. That is why she went to the US. And one can't go see her or say or inform me everybody that matters. Because speaker will have to know. Party general secretary will have to know. Chief of staff will have to know.
So chief of staff Kwame McLaren.
Yes. So yes, like lawyer Kanye, there are other people he has mentioned. But I remember it was during this whole melee. And Honorable Kennedy Japan car say Skebi Crow Modi man buy and
or James also one Skebi.
Oh, Ken said
yes, Ken said, but I do also one Skebi.
Also one okay.
Skebi
I'm managing. Okay. So I think we need to manage these things properly. Remember Tina Hanka say me this. I just know what she's doing. Because you don't build politics like that, because Ochinebino, there will be a young person doing something. Obeka say she's learning it from Adrasafo, Honorable Adrasafo. But I think she's an integral part of the MPP party. I saw her during the campaign. She was everywhere with Bawumia.
Yeah.
And also in the press conference now, press releases are why so far no, you hear her saying she's going to ensure Bawumia becomes the next president of the republic. I think it is nice in terms of party politics, but again also no, Nana, politicians, and so we should know how we treat ourselves, because at the end of the day, no, people sacrifice a lot, and for you to bring them down like that, no, and I'm hoping the father being a very respected person, no, will calm the waters and ensure as for it, in said Dobi Kwabinya, they are just sitting, no, and lawyer Kasa 2028 any year maintain seat, no, just like a maintain here so central and so. But like I say, let's grow from it. Let's not always run to the media as politicians when we have grievances. Let's go through the mills, go through the structures of the party, and if you are not satisfied, no be who say you've gone through the stuff. And then to conclude, no, I think your Justin Kodia is your general secretary, right?
Yes.
The press release that he also came with, no, I think he could have also done it in a more dignified manner, and I'm sure going forward, no, all parties will come together so that you have a peaceful party, so that you can be that opposition that puts the NDC on its toes. And I believe that is the beauty of democracy.
That's the beauty of democracy. We are wrapping it up now. A few of the messages now. Yen fancy na yen sorry. So Mame and Kai we say good morning, Mr. Speaker. Grandma identity can be found through the fingerprint. Okay. Thank you. Mame mamu 2 minutes. Na min TMO on the Galamsey. Council. Just 2 minutes na yanko.
See. Medas, Mr. Speaker. Galamsey issue with dear no cranny yami any money. As I said, Sabri, I can say, Galamsey, some dear Kagan Hanke Chak. Also, Kokofa Ura. And this Bekacho say, Yeshagana Fobo. A canyoma a cayon. Looting a canyoma a cayon. I know the more ye. Now, may I sure say, Galamsey, baby, a quacoduno. Who here Ghana for chain and your ma say see a modem sum. Galamsey NDC through Sam George MIA who say president say or stop Galamsey within 4 days. 4 days Galamsey will stop. President Mahama a call for state of emergency. There should be no mining. Ni antutu ni omanwianza pacho omba akonyan so abosume seyini ba ko mienu atwam na miensa so ene awuramu yi state of emergency na all calling no ayeden. Why are we saying something different? You see, when it comes to
did they promise a state of emergency?
Yes, ebra na Professor Jampo Professor Jampo
Kessben
LED no person UTAC for echo strike no on Galamsey no. What were they saying? Labor unions in our boom so mobile. What was the NDC's position as far as that is concerned? Was that there should be a ceasefire as far as Galamsey is concerned? What has changed?
Okay.
And let me say what we are hearing. They say people from other nations, and I bring the heat of the moment. Say okay, yeah. MPP through lawyer Dr. MPP MP Bako in the Ashanti region. He's a medical doctor.
Dr. You every year.
Dr. You every year more. Abakasa you should more my image say. And so now yeah no. Yen young man this if we contract people from outside this country. And I mention hono sa. And ne omubai on the people from outside the ATN and Okredia. They have been emboldened. Na yakokofa water guard say onkonko yeden hwe boy na no sa azonto no hwe di tiri ho a ne komo e de na ode sa azonto obi kuta yesi omukuta sophisticated machines even more than the Ghana military no afa obi ba say onko no nko ye water guard no onko yeden
All right, but that's it. Question, just a bite on the Galam say.
Let me speak on this birth set. I've just been given the form Mofili, the birth certificate. It has particulars of mother, particulars of father, and then particulars of informant. So if we want to,
what are the particulars?
It says that the particulars are there: name, relationship, residential address, ID number of the informant.
Yes.
And of the parents.
Yes.
The mother, the father.
Where they hail from. That is the point I'm making now.
Where they hail from.
Yes.
As in
baby omu free.
Okay.
Or those people, no. That is the cardinal point. Yes, omu information ni mo.
Okay.
Omu information wom, but it should show that they are Ghanaians. It will be no na fact your friend is saying Ghana card there no. You realize a Ghana card there beside those specific and your man, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, my do papa din there omoje.
Okay. I think the fight against Galamsey, it's a fight that the NDC is going to win.
Kessben.
It's a fight that yenina yedi ahwashim, irrespective of being an NDC person. Media maka say I love the work Erastus Asaridonko is doing because this is a whistleblower. Now, when he talks, the way he ensures say no political undertone is meant. No, I'm happy about it. Meaning say for 8 years that the MPP was in government, at a point His Excellency said he will put his presidency on the line. He was not able to do it. I have stated President Mahama cannot fail when it comes to this menace of Galamsey. Mate, like he said, there are people with sophisticated weapons and but those sophisticated weapons, no, where do they get it from? Yeah, but the NDC has promised, say, we would ensure Galamsey becomes a thing of the past,
okay.
And we would ensure that it happens now.
All right, thank you, Beda Sebamin. Lawyer Kessben, I said that,
This is a pencil drawing. Oh
wow,
done by
that's nice.
Himself, Daniel.
There were that Roma where they be a quite not to her. It's in Hefa and Away on our friend. You the trade fair crowd. Accra Sports Stadium, sir. Now, me on shall be brave, Mr. Speaker. Wakuku draw Ukuta. Na udidi juma son ema Ghana mine on shemudin. Na nyina mu no oma nkwatenten. No fa sika entato ma. Amen.
Amen.
Sika de hu hia.
But it's good. It's good. Nyame shall be break.
I'm grateful. I'm sure I'm being Juba Imrana, Odia Sempa, Kwame Appiah Kubi, Satinasi. Odi watching.
Bema mi joso.
Na empomo to say.
Oh, nyame atom bibia bokonanso e.
Eradia da Roma.
Mamni kama happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Odia Sempa Kwame Appiah Kubi. I'll grow your chance, you know, I don't know you. And you don't pay me that's it. I'm highly grateful. Now, my name come a must con dear, all the one Nadia Sem, and you are being sending my puppy now. Mamincho, now you didn't come.
Yo, everyone for young far and Chasson Con, and free Imascon Estate Ghana Limited, as ye. Na baby biata wutie yen any baby biada wo hwe yen e wa fidikase esuano yemfa enchia no emero na yedi kan atia wa wie no na imaskon yempa ba ye podi ma one se onyankopon won hira papa won ton kwanem na afen so wo masika emero botom sade ye beya obetumi enye ska no aba imaskon fo ya hye ye no wetima beto asase pa na aboa ama woni obusuan so motumi ena baby amodi mutiri ebeto Imaskon Estate Ghana Limited ye nyumoku a yeton ensase papa afei yesi adam papa esanso eton adane yesi ewie ye papa e de ma ye customers abusia mra kakani na ye nemu anana edi enkomo ya sanso ababio ye ba beto aso frise ye woni se customers ya mutie eye Kessben FM ene Kessben TV Plus no e adia ye nemu ankasa maji atum ye won se ampanso mu ye nipa bia mu so mu di no kware e wodwumadie sonko a mu ne yen edie mu enunti ena no pay yasan abamaso ye no na de tuma no nyina da ene se Imaskon Estate Ghana Limited ye wo ensase papa ya amanso sem eni ho ensase papa ye nkrata sem nyina da no eye genuine ensase papa se woto a eye wo dia afibo e wa bra obi biada entwe sekan ana etuo ana empo akodie bi ema megina so na nsa nipa kro no wo metata wo enkanche wo se asase a woto ye no ebia ɛyɛ mfomsoɔ ɛno nti saa na ɛtɛde asɔre firi so ɛde firi bra yɛtɔn yɛn nsa ase bɛpem ɛne no nyame adom saa wɔ haw no ebi ɛma yɛ da biara da ɛno nti ɛna nɔpɛ yi yɛtuufo ne asan so ahyɛ nkrane aka akyerɛw ne yɛde ato anim nso ɛsɛ sɛ onyankopɔn wato nsɛm na wopɛ asase papa atɔ wopɛ adwumaku ado ho bɔ no a wayɛ sɛ aboa so bo akɔtɔkorɛ ɛnka soro dadeɛ a na ɛyɛ Imascon Estate Ghana Limited abusua yɛwɔ nsase no bebree ɛwɔ hɔ no mo ɛde sɛ wopɛ bi na watɔ na wasiw dan ɛwɔ so na ɔne abusuafoɔ atenam ɛne mpa wo pa asase yantam no watɔ na wode abie company bi ɛwɔ so a ne nyina no Imascon yɛwɔ bi ɛwɔ hɔ no mo na deɛ ma no ɛyɛ dɛ na yɛ anigyeɛ no sɛ Imascon for yɛn nsase no egu kwan kama egu ɛkwan kama yɛn nsase no ɛne da atekyem yɛn nsase no engu bipɔ ayase ana empo engu bipɔ so no akasa bi a ensuo to a ebeyira faw ana ebi mpo no amekan no ensuo no satote a ebi a dia tete beba ofie ana ebi egu bipɔ esunte no emfama jampantrudu efa ebi ana apawda ne so da bi entesa Imascon Estate Ghana Limited yɛn nsase no ɛyɛ baabi a ɔno te sɛ desert so ɛhɔ nom te sɛ park so ɛda so flat ɛyɛ frɛ tɛtɛtɛtɛtɛtɛtɛ ɛno ntini ensuo da biara ta mu a mabɛtɔ bi ɛwɔ yɛasoɛ no mudi ho adanseɛ sɛ berɛ a de mo kɔhwɛ asase no yɛ a motɔ bie no ɛnya adeɛ sɛ nsase no ɛdeda nsuom anaa ɛdeda atekyɛm adeɛ baako ama no yɛ anigyeɛ ɛne sɛ wotɔ Imascon yɛn nsase no a ɛyɛ wode afebɔ wo ne obia ani asɛm wo ne obia ni mansotwe ɛwɔ ho wobɛtumi mpo ɛde atoɔ no magya hɔ no mu na wato kwan akɔ baabi a pɛ sɛ wokɔ na wakɔto abrabɔ so nyame di wadom na sɛ wɔto wo nsɛm a wosan ba ɔba bɛto sɛ wasase no ɛda so ada baabi a ɛda ɛwɔ abra encroachment ɛnkɔ so sɛ ebi obetwa bi afa saa nneɛma no Imascon Estate Ghana Limited yɛasoɛyɛ saa wɔ ha no bi ɛni hɔ ɛnam adwuma pa yɛbɔ no kwaredie ne nyamesuro yɛ a yɛde tɔn yɛn nsase nti no Lands Commission for ama yɛtumi krataa yɛ a yɛde ɛtɔn yɛn nsase ɛdede bia meba na meka kyerɛw sɛ wo pa betumi akɔyɛ background checks anaasɛ enquiries ɛwɔ Lands Commission asoɛyɛ ansa na wo pa waba bɛtɔ yɛ asase na me say sɛ obota yɛ ɛne sa na wo pɛ one plot ɛna atɔ a wobɛkɔ a wobɛba na asesa na nyame yɛ di adom na anioma kɔ nanim nti wobɛba na sɛ wo se wotɔ mmienu mmiɛnsa ne yɛnya de wokɔ asase ne so kɔn sɛ sitie sɛ pɛ meka me kyerɛ sɛ wɔnhwɛ a wobɛtɔ deɛ boro so ebi sɛ ne mede ka kyerɛ sɛ ebinom aba abɛtɔ 32 plots ebinom atɔ 10 ebi atɔ 18 ebi atɔ 20 ne nyinaa ne sɛ ɛbrɛ de wɔn kɔhwɛ asase no wɔn adi adanseɛ wode obetumi aba TV so no aba abɛhwɛ yɛn nsase no yɛde bi agu hɔ ebu mpo a yɛyi akwan nyinaa to ntam awie yɛ a yɛdwe so kama bu a yɛsi estate ɛwɔ so mpo sɛ estate mu ɛna wo pa wo ba yɛ no bɛtena se ayɛ nhyɛyɛ ne yɛtwa bi ɛde ama wo na plan bi a wopɛ sɛ wosie no wo pa woto asase no wie a wobɛtumi ɛde ahyɛ yɛn nsa ebi sɛ yɛwɔ contractors ne mesinfo a wɔn nso so ɔma bene ɛwɔ adanseɛ mu enti yɛbɛsiw dan no ɛde ama wo minia ebia meka wote ka mu ɛne mpo wo di dwumadie bi pɛ sɛ wogye numbers no di ka de numbers ansa na me wie a yɛ package a ɛyɛ nice ɛne prices ɛwɔ mu no me di atodwa ɛde ama wo yɛ number edi kan no ɛyɛ 0553
0553
840 646 0553 840 646 and 0553 838 730 0553 838 730 and 0209 155 437 0209 155 437 Abusia the attense Imascon ye promotion na promotion crash asia dada on the 17th of February aya month etwa mu ekọ ye akopem on the 15th of May Nessa bosumi enuma ebeba no ne de toso edunum anasa promotion we ye de baba na wiye enti ya sha asem abosumi mpo atwam wo temi kan bomode anso bama na abawoto na watumi ababeto bi menua ye promotion ato ne din sesa wodin free obi a wo han dan na wonso ebeye efiewura na sa promotion ato ne din sesa wodin no kan won sa ye nsase nyina ewo twopoli menua twopoli american no ewo dowanya kwan no so baabi a Central University ewo no baby asagleme affordable housing ewo no wodi free sam yam ye no amabodin eko topoli baby ensas ne ewo no ekwan enwa wodu topoli won so a se wonim osofo pani Reverend Sam Kranchankra ye bon mran se Apostle General ye ne no anaboshe wababagi asase yantam ewo topoli won ma wasi asodan kese ewo so enu nte no wo ba ba mu de ye kan nyina se wono nsoso na sodan ewo ho afi Kotoka International Airport from Penifom wo me de yato anim se ba bi omo sese no ewo no eye congested e chese ewo no kire ka so dodo enu nti wo me de omo akire mu omo de omo ni akire mu ewo topoli ba bi aye nso ya ton ye nsase no a wo mo ba be si new airport city kese ewo nti bedu brebi no so abeton imas conference ase ewo topoli no a bedu brebi na wote airport residential area minua ensuo ne nkane ode bedi dwuma wasase ne so ebi ya available hono dada afenso so yensase no maka to se nipa mpotete hono dada ana ne da ensuo ne atechem ti ensuro eni ekura bi ase tu ananse mpo no eni forest maka to se nipa 20 ne ewo fie pe esanso ebenkwa ho na sei ana prices no esi ATM onsen kransa asene die baby e papa bia ne board ne nso ye wura hope woda Imascon estate ano woso ono no wodwe nipa ho wo nipa ho odo enu nte no wanyere bo no so ema one plot no yate so e de about 28,000 Ghana cedis 28,000 Ghana cedis eno an yesi di kan na efa 4,000 Ghana cedis 4,000 Ghana cedis titis kano eye 40 million di kan fa beto asem wo de 4,000 to asem ne de wo kɔ asase ne so otopoli wo ni akwa akwato de e de amaw ni ama akwansa hyasem na esi udan ana wo company na wo pɛ no hyase ne bi e wo so na onsa wo de 4,000 to asem ebeka 24,000 Ghana cedis eno ya de bosumi makomako edumyeno which is 1 year ana esi wo ni aspread e de amaw self 1 year 24,000 aka no kakra kom se wo betua awie afensa wo per half plot on so a minua ye ni wabro ye mo atimoden eno simas conforce bra ye bete ediama no so price no e ye 14,000 Ghana cedis 14,000 Ghana cedis eno so ye se the kan fa 2,000 Ghana cedis 2,000 Ghana cedis ayet discount 20 million fa beto asem wo dia no to asane akoto de ediama eno so ye be mo akwansa se dan na wusi o se company na wo bie e wo so ahyase na ye ho adwuma on so the 2,000 to asem no so ebeka 12,000 minua 12,000 no ye de bosumi ensia which is 6 months bosumi ensia na eso ya spread ediama o say eno nso tua ne kakra yensas no anwea e wo so etiasi tu na efa fesi wudan ya sanso atu ebura ye nsuo tem woncha no so ye de chew ye si sansuo no kwa na fesi wudan wontua kapre anadama ani asa tebo no so de amaw ya sa ye nhye de amaw say fa kakra beto ase na de aka ntua ne kakra komsem na de amaw no ebeso we che say Imascon Estate Ghana Limited ya dwi nipa ho ankasa se ensase no enye papa me senka soja fompo ensore ema metobi nti okay yani ya bedman ni obi biada o mata o sana fata so ba betobi enu nti hwe ye kira kwan e was Spinters Road Community 18 Junction Spinters Road Community 18 Junction yani Allied Filling Station wo kwan so ena edi enhwanimu yesan eben KFC baby omoton aduane no etiminu agye no mesi ebra yekoi na to bo ase na efrem panufo de aka biada ye de beka ho ye no ma edi kan no eye 0553 840 646 0553 840 646 and 0553 838 730 0553 838 730 and 0209 155 437 0209 155 437 Imascon Estate Ghana Limited and as a pioneer dan papa fi no bra ne betobi yedamas
bedas yo dia sempa I wish you mabenda was medin the Kwame Appiah Kubi Mr. Speaker on behalf of my team thank you very much for your time Sir Joe any team no up next with Medford Action and dom yeni awchina